Let's. The second is about perseverance. Life is actually not a sprint. Life is actually a marathon. There's actually no substitute for hard work. Whatever you want, you have to keep persevering towards it. Let's take Usain Bolt as an example, right? Usain Bolt, the runner, actually an Olympian gold medalist and the best runner of all time, he actually trained for 20 years of his life, for hours and hours every single day. For 20 years, he trained hours and hours, all to run 9.6 seconds in 2009 and get the world record. 20 years, hours and hours, every single day, all to run just 9.6 seconds in that moment. So this is life. Life is about perseverance. The next value is, say no to drugs. Drugs, why do you actually need any substance to make you happy? What if happiness, is within you, is within your control? What if happiness is something that you can turn and turn off? So how powerful is that? And the last value that I would like to share is be positive always. Good things happen to people who always are thinking positive and who are doing the right things in life. So lastly, I want to leave this note that don't get distracted by social media or like what movies say is cool. Have the right values that actually matter to you. Have that clear. Don't get distracted and join in a place which also shares a similar value. And my humble request is the future of our nation actually depends upon the youth. So do the right thing. And I will leave it upon architect SSR to share his thoughts on architecture as a career as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiring words, sir. So, firstly, I would like to request everyone, participants to mute themselves. We'll give you time again. We'll have a question and answer session. So you all can unmute yourself and ask the questions at that time. For now, please mute yourself. So today to unbox architecture for us, we have architect SSR with us today. I don't think he needs a special introduction. He is a pioneer in an industry in educating architects to have a thriving career. He has also created Dehub, a forefront community for architects where we can learn, grow, and thrive together. Welcome, sir. We are super excited to have you here today. So, guys, this session is going to be fun, engaging, and informative to all of you. So stay till the end to know the in and out about architecture education. Over to architect SSR.
Hi, thank you, Maitri, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, architect Rajdeepan, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to address your gathering. I just want to check two things. My voice is loud and clear.
It's a little bit low, so we're not able to hear you.
How about now? Is it loud and clear? Yeah.
A little bit more would be better.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about now?
Better? It's clear now, sir. Yes.
It's better sometimes.
Fine. So
it's a little bit louder. It would be great. It's clear,
yeah,
but not louder.
Yeah, I'll try to speak as loud as possible. So good evening to all the students. As architect Maitri said, please keep yourself muted, and if possible, you can do two things. One is you can switch on your video so that I know whom I'm speaking with. It's not compulsory. If you want, you can switch on your video. And the second thing is, if you have a notepad, grab them and start taking pointers. Okay. Maitri, you need to give me sharing option. I want to share my screen.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you that.
Meanwhile, among the audience, among the students, does anyone not understand Tamil? If you don't understand Tamil, you can mention. I'm going to speak in English. Here and there, I might use Tamil. So you have to let me know if any of you can't understand Tamil. You can comment if I'm not wrong. I'm just waiting for a share screen option. So I'm assuming everyone knows Tamil, right?
Sir, actually, some of them are from other states as well.
Okay. Thank you, Jayashree, for answer. You guys can use the comment section. If you have any questions or anything, you can use the comment section. That is completely fine. And we will have a question answer session towards the end. I will try to finish my part of the session as soon as possible. I have a habit of speaking for too long. So I'll try to finish it as soon as possible, and I'll try to keep it as interesting as possible. Okay, I am the host now, so I can share. Cool.
Yes, so you can share it now.
Yeah, my screen is visible. Yeah. You guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, super. So good evening once again to everyone. Once again, thank you to Sasi Creative School of Architecture for this wonderful opportunity. I mean, as the architect Maitri said, I'm a practicing architect from Chennai. I studied in Tyagaraja College and I passed out in 2007. I studied my master's in Nottingham University, UK. I worked in UK, and before that, before coming to India, I had like 4 years of experience there. In the last 11 years, I've been in Chennai. Okay, and the thing is, I'm a practicing architect. Apart from that, I also run this community called Dehub for Architects. So Dehub for Architects is a career guidance and business mentoring platform for architects. We have more than 5,000 architects currently in our community, and we help architects from all over the country in their career and this thing. So all the students who are listening now, I was told that most of you are school students who are going to join BR. So once you join BR, whichever college you join, you can kind of join Dehub. Few mentors. We just help with from a practice experience, and we are not into academics. We are not teachers, professors. We just want to give back to the society. Okay, so that's a bit about me. And today's session, we named it Architecture Unboxed because I've been a school student as well. And when I stepped into architecture, I didn't have a lot of awareness about what to expect on the 5 years. So in fact, one of my seniors thought it was a 4-year course when he joined. So this session, what Sasi Creative School has done is actually a great initiative so that the students know what to expect, before coming. And I would like to do justice with this thing. There are only 5 sections which I would like to talk about today. The first one is let's break the myth. Okay, so most of the parents say, including my mom, they come up with these dialogues. Once you finish your 10th grade, you can relax. When we go to 12th, they'll say once you finish 12th, you can relax. Okay, to be honest, they lied to you. Okay, it is just a motivation so that you focus on your 10th exam, you focus on your 12th exam so that you step into college. But the truth is, you have to keep learning and working hard forever in life. That's what Rajdeepan sir also told. You have to have the discipline for a long run. And in fact, I use the same metaphor. It's a marathon, not a sprint often. I also have it in my presentation. So the thing is, the reason why you need to keep learning every day is if you don't get updated regularly, you will be outdated. Okay, to give a best example, I didn't follow IPL for the last 2 years. Okay, and suddenly this year I started following IPL, and things have changed drastically. One who used to be the captain of KKR is leading some other team. Many players have retired. Many new players have come. So I just lost touch for 2 years, and I have no clue about IPL, what the players are, who the management is, and stuff. This is an example which most of the students who follow cricket will be able to understand. The same applies in architecture as well, or any profession for that. You have to keep learning throughout your life. You have to keep updated. If you don't get updated, you will be outdated. Expiry date on the Maria. Okay. So that's the first myth I wanted to break. Okay. It is not going to be easy, or you can't relax. Okay. Till the end of your career, till you retire, you have to keep learning. So that's a given. Fine. About BArch. Okay, let us get to the good things first. What is good about BR? I'm not going to talk about what module, what kind of syllabus they'll teach. All those things. There are well-read faculty members who are trained academicians, trained professors, lecturers. They will do far better than me. I'm just a practicing architect. But from this side, I'm just going back in memory lane, and I've written what are all the good things about the BR course. The first thing is it's one of the best curated professional degree. What I mean to say is when architecture is compared with other professions like engineering, law, medicine, accounting, I've gone through all of their curriculum. In fact, I am part of board of studies of a couple of universities in Chennai. So I help them with, give my suggestions in their framing their syllabus and all. The thing is, architecture, those 10 semesters are highly well curated. There's a mix of everything. There's a lot of, good stuff that actually prepares a student to face the industry right from semester one. So that is one good thing that I realized. I didn't realize when I was studying, but after coming out and studying for these many years, I understood the value in the BR degree. So if you are planning to join BR, understand it's one of the best curated courses for various reasons, which I'll be explaining in the next half an hour. And the entire 5 years will be a fun-filled roller coaster ride. There's not been a single day in our architecture degree that I studied in Tyagarajar where we were bored. There was always something or the other happening. Bore there'll be some event, some submission, some exam, something or the other happening. There won't be any boredom. Probably this is true for most of the other professions. College life is always fun-filled. But for me, architecture is a roller coaster ride. There'll be a lot of happy moments. There'll be very tough moments as well. And as I told, it's a very practical and industry-oriented education. To give a comparison, many engineering graduates, when they come out, they do things that are no way related to what they study in their degree. So they come out of the college, they go to companies, they start working as engineers, software engineers, civil engineers, or mechanical or whatever. There is a huge gap between the degree they do and the actual profession they face or the work they do. But in architecture, the gap is very minimal. I'm not saying there's no gap. There is a gap between architecture degree and the profession as well, but the gap is very, very less. Okay. So these are good things. And the second good thing which I feel is there's a lot of travel involved in architecture. So that is one thing that I enjoyed while studying. Okay. There'll be a lot of case studies. So what we mean by case studies is you'll be designing buildings all through the 10 semesters. You'll be designing a hospital, a cinema theater, a school or whatever. So before starting designing, you actually go to a well-designed school and you understand how the other architect has designed. You take, pointers, you take inference and do. So I remember when we studied for a school case study, we went all the way from Madurai to Bangalore. And we were just 17 or 18 years old when we studied, right? And that journey is something that I'll always remember because first time without my mom or parents, I'm traveling to Bangalore with my friends for 3 days and it was super fun. Like that, we've traveled to Delhi, Chandigarh, and in fact, there's an all India tour, which is part of the architecture curriculum, which is mandatory. You have to visit 25 days to 30 days. You have to travel. That happens in the third or fourth year. And then there's something called NASA and ZONASA. NASA is not the US NASA, nothing to do with that. It's National Association of Students of Architecture. And it's a huge cultural event, okay, of all the architecture colleges from all over the country. I don't know, when we studied, there will be 100, 120 colleges. Now I think the number should be close to 400 or 500. I'm not updated, but it will be fun for 3 days. You'll meet a lot of new people. You'll make a lot of good friends, a lot of cultural events, a lot of competitions. It'll be fun. Okay. And then there's a rural semester. A rural semester, I think we did it in a third semester. Should be the same even now. You go to a village. You stay there for 5 days along with the village. You survey the village, you measure it up, you talk to the people, you understand how the village grew, and you try to find problems and you give solution as a whole class. So it will be another good experience for a person who's coming from Chennai. We went to a village that's next to Alanganallur in Madurai, the place where Jallikattu happened. So we had fun for all the 5 days and there were a lot of learnings and you kind of get to know the people of that particular village, right? And then there's a mandatory internship. That happens in the 4th year or something. You have to work in an architect's office for 4 months to 6 months. That is mandatory. Okay. in my college, when I studied, I went all the way to Delhi to do internship. And I have a lot of friends across India. So I'm very good in, making friends, networking. So I have friends in almost all the major cities. I worked in Bombay, I worked in Delhi, I did my internship. In Nada, Zonada, I have friends from almost 20, 25 colleges, some of them who are still in touch with me. So this traveling gives you a lot of confidence. So when you're in school, you probably are always, you travel with your parents, with guidance and stuff. When you come to college, especially architecture, you will be traveling as a group. There will be faculty members to take care, but architecture faculties are always cool. They'll let you have all the fun within, the guidelines, whatever protocols you have to follow. But these travels will give you a lot of confidence. You will learn a lot of language. You will learn the culture of people, and I think that is the most, one of the most interesting part of VR. And the third thing which I feel is good is there'll be a lot of group work, individual design assignments or design submissions will be there. But a lot of things, the case studies or, there'll be group work to be done within your class. So you will have 4 or 5 people put together in a group and you will work as a group. So what it does is, you will create good bonding between your classmates. Okay. And the gender inertia won't be there. I don't know right now how the school atmosphere is. When I studied school, we were not supposed to talk to girls. Girls are not supposed to talk to boys. So when we came to college for the first 2 semesters, I never spoke to any girl. Okay, I hardly made any friends. It's only after these group works, when you go to the day scholars' house, you meet their parents, so you become friends. And I always studied in a boys' school as well, unfortunately. So what happens is you make good friends with your classmates. The gender inertia won't be there. And I was a hosteler for all 5 years. Okay, the hostel food will be neat, clean, but it won't have that home flavor. So romba kaanji poyirukom. Whenever these group works happen, we go to the day scholar's house just for having lunch, one good meal. These are things that I actually went through and I remember. Okay, that is group works. The most happiest news is in BR, the theory exams are very, very easy compared to any other profession. Okay, your lecture classes, you have to listen, understand the concepts, understand the logics behind them. I don't know if we have the habit of having internal cycle test. So every semester there'll be 2 or 3 cycle tests, 2 chapters, 3 chapters, and they'll take the average of 2 things, 2 marks or something. You just have to study for those cycle tests, and it's very easy to take one small step at a time. And 1 week before the exam is when we will get the notes. And if you just give a read 1 week before, you can actually get really good grades. Really good grades. I think first semester will have maths. That's a minor glitch. Many people found it hard to clear maths, and there will be mechanics of structures, which is almost similar to physics. But apart from those 2 subjects, I think all the other things are very easy. History, theory of architecture, services. You can just write and you can easily clear. Okay, and you can actually clear and you will make good marks. And never ever keep arrears. Okay. I'm telling you, once you go to college, you'll meet seniors. Some of them might have arrears, and they will say it is cool to have arrears. எனக்கு 4 arrear இருக்கு, 2 arrear இருக்குன்னு ரொம்ப பெருமையா கெத்தா சொல்லுவாங்க. But trust me, it might sound, but it's a speed breaker. நீங்க முக்கியமா ஏதாவது ஒரு 2 ஒரு கோர்ஸ் போகணும்னு ட்ரை பண்ணுவீங்க, or you want to go to some city, பெங்களூர் போகலாம் இந்த வீக்கெண்ட் ட்ரை பண்ணுவீங்க. அப்பன்னு பார்த்து arrear exam வைப்பாங்க. I know a lot of my friends who had arrears, they missed out on a lot of opportunities. It's actually very easy to clear. I think the mark is going to be 50. 50 mark வாங்கி பாஸ் ஆகிறது வந்து actually ரொம்ப easy. It's much easier than your 12th grade. Trust me when I say this, it's way too easier. You just have to listen to the class and go through the notes and you will easily clear. The other good thing is you will do a new design every semester. புதுசு புதுசா you will be given design problem. Right from your first semester, it will be a single space, if I'm not wrong, first sem or second sem. You might do a kitchen or bedroom. You will understand how to design a single space. அப்படியே படிப்படியா second sem, third sem, fourth sem வந்து the scale of the projects will go, and you might even do a university, hospital or a township by the time you are in your final year. Okay, and it will be gradual, and designing new buildings, new spaces, that actually used to excite me. We did convention center. We went to Hyderabad. We did a shopping mall. அந்த டைம்ல சென்னையிலேயே ஸ்பென்சர் பிளாசா மட்டும்தான் ஷாப்பிங். So we went all the way to Gurgaon for case study, understood how a shopping mall and a cineplex works. So these new designs will actually keep your brain very sharp. Okay? And if you are an introvert, don't worry, I am an introvert too. So I don't speak to people very easily when I meet them for the first time. I might speak, very good in when I'm given a mic or in such webinars, but in person, I'm a very shy person. Okay, it takes a lot to, become friends with people. But don't worry, by the time you finish your 5th year, you will be far better in your communication. இப்போ நீங்க எப்படி communicate பண்றீங்களோ அதை விட 10 times you will be much better. You can face large crowds, you can debate, you can put across your points very well. You will not have that fear of stage at all. Okay, there is a reason for it, because every semester I said that you will be doing a design, right? You will be defending your design. Sheetlam pin up பண்ணி வச்சிருப்பாங்க. You will be defending your design to some 20-year experienced architect or 25-year experienced architect. There will be a lot of flaws in your design, but you will have the confidence to defend your design. பயங்கரமா criticize பண்ணுவாங்க, திட்டுவாங்க, but sem after sem, year after year, by the time you finish your thesis, நல்ல வாயில வடை சுட கத்துக்கும். Like you can, sell anything and everything. And in general, all the architects that I've met, they are good in communication. And for me, that's a very good thing, because I was too much of an introvert, very shy person. I think architecture degree kind of, changed the way, I evolved as a person. Okay. And then it's a way of life. Okay. Even now, why I'm saying it is good now, you will be completely transformed. Okay. Right from your fashion, the way you dress up, the way you have your hairstyle. I've used all the colors on my hair. அதனால தான் இப்ப எல்லாம் வெள்ளையா போச்சு. Okay. I've done blue color, green color, yellow color. What not, I've done everything. I've done straightening, I've had long hair, I've even shaved it bald. You'll be unique from the rest of the world. Nadandu ponale college la, and mine was an engineering college, so architecture was one department. So nadandu ponale naanga ganga nadandu ponale, people will know that we are from architecture department. Okay, so that is one good thing, because you will know your uniqueness. You will know how to, showcase your uniqueness to the world. You will have your own, way of doing a lot of things. The second good thing is your thought process in solving problems will be way ahead of the rest of the world. Okay, ஒரு problem வருதுன்னா, your architecture degree will actually train you to laterally think, identify the root cause, and come up with a set of steps to find a solution. So compared to any other degree, right, engineering, medicine, or law, or accounting, or software, or whatever you name it, the way people solve problems, architects solve problems, will be much different. And we are trained to do that. All the 10 semesters, all we are doing is problem solving, right? Now, these are the good things according to me about architecture. Okay, and I mean everything. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm just prepared this today at 1:30 or 2 p.m. I just went down the memory lane. I studied BR between 2002 to 2007. Almost 20 years, 21 years back, I joined BR. And I still remember all these things that I told you. Okay. So now let us dive into the slightly tougher things. So ellame easy ah irukadhu illaya. As I told at the start, it's not going to be all easy. There will be tougher things. I'm not saying bad things or anything, but there'll be slightly tougher things. So what I found tough about architecture is hours and hours of time doing design and drawings. Ipo nariya software irukku. When I started studying for the first 2 years, there was not even software. CAD and or software where you draft, and there is a software called Photoshop where you will do designs. Then there will be 3D modeling softwares now, SketchUp, 3D Max, 3D Studio Max, to do the physical models or walkthroughs of the buildings that you design. அப்ப அதெல்லாம் இல்ல. என்கிட்ட computer, I got it only in the 3rd year, because that time computer was not prevalent in all the households, right? Manual உட்காந்து டிராஃப்ட் பண்ணணும். இப்பயும் I think first semester, second semester, third semester, people do manual work, if I'm not wrong. Okay, building construction drawing. நீங்க சாஃப்ட்வேர்லயே போட்டாலும் you will have to sit hours and hours. ஒரு டிசைன், ஒரு டிராயிங் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா 6 மணி நேரம் 8 மணி நேரம் ஒர்க் பண்ணணும். Okay, and there's no shortcut to hard work. Okay, both manual and using software, ரொம்ப நேரம் நீங்க இருப்பீங்க. Improper sleep இருக்கும். எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து you will have dark circles. Even today as an architect, we work nocturnal. Night தான் எல்லாரும் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணாம இருப்பாங்க. வாட்ஸ்அப் மெசேஜ் வராது, இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்லயே யாரும் ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்க மாட்டாங்க, கிளைண்ட்ஸ் கால் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ தட்ஸ் when we actually sit and design. பீஸ்ஃபுல்லா உட்காந்து ஸ்கெட்ச் பண்றதோ ஐடியேட் பண்றதோ அப்பதான் பண்ண முடியும். அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்னா, நைட்டு தூங்காம இருக்கிறதுனால you will get dark circles, your health will take a beating. And one important thing is you have to take care of your health. Okay, and improper diet. நான் ஹாஸ்டல்ல இருந்த வரைக்கும் all the 5 years I hardly ஒரு 10 நாள் வந்து பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் சாப்பிடுது. It's not cool, but that's how unorganized we were as students அப்போ. So we'll wake up late, 8:30 college 9 க்குனா we'll wake up at 8:30, get ready and go to college by 9. Late போனா attendance வராது. Attendance இல்லனா you can't get your hall ticket and write your thing. So these are tough things according to me. Okay, ரொம்ப நேரம் உட்கார்ந்து டிசைன் பண்ணனும் and attention span நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் கம்மி. And if I'm not wrong, this generation has a much lesser attention span than what we used to have. Nothing wrong about it. You guys want quick results. இதெல்லாம் தாண்டி லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல கரெக்டா ஃபைல்ஸ் கிராஷ் ஆகும். நமக்குன்னு வந்து கிராஷ் ஆகும். You would have done like 5 hours 10 hours ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருப்போம். ஃபைல் கிராஷ் ஆகும், ரிகவர் பண்ண முடியாது. அண்ட் நம்ம சொன்னாலும் ஃபேக்கல்டி நம்ப மாட்டாங்க, நீ பண்ணியிருக்கவே மாட்டேன்னு தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. So these are like slightly tougher things. So there are ways to overcome this. Your seniors will guide you. Your faculty members will guide you. You can take backup and do. And இதுவுமே வந்து you can do deep work. Like ஒரு half an hour work பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு 10 minutes break, half an hour work பண்ணிட்டு 10 minute break, அதெல்லாம் எடுக்கலாம். All these things I learned after passing out of college. But yeah, there are better ways to handle this. Okay. So this is going to be tough. Okay. It's my responsibility to caution you guys. It's going to be tough. And the second thing is there won't be any spoon feeding. நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல வந்து டெக்ஸ்ட் புக் இருக்கும், கைடு இருக்கும், டீச்சர் வந்து கரெக்டா சொல்லி தருவாங்க, இந்த தான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கொஸ்டின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, டியூஷன் கூட போகலாம் நம்ம, அண்ட் ப்ரீவியஸ் கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர், இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயம் இருக்கும். ஓகே. அண்ட் பெருசா ஸ்டேட் போர்ட், சிபிஎஸ்இ எல்லாமே ஒன்று தான், எக்ஸாம் பேஸ்டு 3 மணி நேரம் போய் எழுதும். பட் இங்கே ஆர்கிடெக்சரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் there won't be much spoon feeding. Of course your faculty members will show you the direction, but they won't come with you. உங்க கூடவே ஓடிலாம் வர மாட்டாங்க. இந்த வழியா போனா you will get your answerன்னு சொல்லிடுவாங்க. You have to go and search for your solutions. You have to go and search for things. So this is actually a good thing. But initially, our education system, the mark-based school education system, prepares us only to clear exams. It does not prepare us to gain knowledge. Okay, and it's fine because for a huge population like Tamil Nadu, that is how things work. But the thing is, you have to adapt to it. You have to go in search of knowledge. You have to go in search of things. Okay, enna pannalum. அதே மாதிரி the other thing is there is no right or wrong in design or any process. This is the right design, this is the wrong design, எதுவுமே கிடையாது. A design can always be better. நீங்க you can keep refining it. எப்படி மியூசிக் போடும்போது I remember once Rahman told that he'll come up with the design, he'll keep adding layers and layers and layers and layers, and he'll add minute pauses here and there, notes here and there to improvise it. The same thing applies for design as well. It can always be good. So it can always be better. So இது என்ன பண்ணும்னா you will never know whether this is right or wrong. நமக்கு எப்பயுமே வந்து black or white தான் இருக்கும். There's nothing gray in between. That is our education system, schoolingல. Right answer or wrong answer அப்படிதானே வச்சிருப்போம். They won't say that okay this sounds right, this might be wrong அப்படிலாம் சொல்லவே மாட்டாங்க. இங்க டிசைன்ல இப்படிதான் இருக்கும். This design is good but it can be better. These aspects are good but this can be better. அந்த மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். So this will be tough for you to adapt in the first term. Not more than that, but be prepared for it. You have to change the way you approach education. You have to go in search of things. You can't expect spoon feeding. Okay. Then be prepared to criticize and you will always find yourself defending. Okay. நீ என்ன பண்ணாலும் உங்க faculty members நீங்க பண்ற டிசைனை வெளியில இருந்து வர எக்ஸ்டர்னல் ஆர்கிடெக்ட்ஸ் அவங்க எல்லாருமே அவங்களோட ரோல் வந்து இதுல இது தப்பா இருக்கு இது தப்பா இருக்குன்னு சொல்றது. ஓகே, அது ஏன் சொல்றாங்கன்னா அப்பதான் you will better it. Okay, so all the 10 semester, in fact lifelong, if you are an architect, your design will be criticized, your ego will be hurt. You should not lose your cool. You can't get angry. You have to always keep defending with a cool head. Again, this will be tough at the start, but போக பழகிடும். So it is part of the process. For me, these were the tougher things in BArch. Okay, all the 5 years. I've told the good things, I've told the slightly tougher things. Okay, now I'm going to give you a long list of advice. Okay, even if you guys think that I'm speaking like a boomer, I'm completely fine. What you should do in the next 5 years matters most for the rest of your life. Okay, the first advice I would like to give is enjoy the journey. Okay, our sir சொன்ன மாதிரி it is a marathon, ரொம்ப லாங், 5 வருஷம், half a decade. Okay, so every design, every travel is an opportunity to learn and have fun. So never ever forget to have fun, never ever forget to learn. எங்கெல்லாம் போக முடியுமோ எல்லாமே ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி, எல்லாமே வாய்ப்பு. Try to gain the maximum, enjoy the journey. Next 5 years, as I told, it's going to be a roller coaster ride. Be prepared for it mentally. And don't miss even a single opportunity to travel or participate in anything. I remember the first semester in the NASA Zonazan Sonala, which you will understand once you join college, that convention or cultural festival for all the students in India. அது போய் சேரும்போது I come from a middle class family. பெரிய ஃபீஸ் கட்டி போனோம். ஓகே, காலேஜ் தியாகராஜர் காலேஜ். அங்க போன உடனே 2 மாசத்துல இந்த ஜோனாசன் வந்தது. Okay, it's not mandatory. They will take 2 to 3 students from first year. Most of the second year, third year தான் போவாங்க. எவ்வளோன்னு கேட்டா அந்த டைம்ல they said 1,500 or something, which was a huge money back then. அவ்வளோலாம் காசுலாம் கட்டிலாம் போய் அதுவும் சென்னைக்கு இட் ஹேப்பன் இன் எம்ஜிஆர் காலேஜ். நான் சொன்னேன் வரமாட்டேன் அப்படின்னு. பட் தென் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிளாஸ்ல இருந்து போயிட்டு திரும்பி வந்து போட்டோஸ்லாம் காட்டினாங்க. அப்ப டிஜிட்டல் கேமரா, மொபைல் கேமரா எல்லாம் கிடையாது. We used to take in films. ஃபில்ம் எடுத்து பிரிண்ட் போட்டு பண்ணுவோம். This is way 2002 or 3. போயிட்டு வந்தோடனே பார்த்த உடனே I realized it was so vibrant, so energetic. There were so many dance competitions. I've danced in school, I danced in college. Even now, whenever I get an opportunity, I dance. நான் பார்த்த உடனே I was like, அந்த FOMO வந்துச்சு. I thought I missed out a large thing. அந்த இயர் மட்டும்தான் மிஸ் பண்ணேன். நெக்ஸ்ட் 4 years, all the Nazas, Zonazas, I never missed an opportunity to go. Okay, because that is the fun part. That is what I enjoyed the most, and most of the students enjoy the most. Okay, and the next piece of advice is architecture is just a profession. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி வே ஆஃப் லைஃப் பயங்கரம் அது இதெல்லாம் இருந்தாலும் it is a profession for you to earn money, but you should always hold on to your passion. If you are good in dancing, if you are good in sports, if you are good in singing, if you are good in anything, don't leave it. ஏன்னா நீங்க காலேஜ் முடிச்சுட்டு you will start your career, you will work, you will start your practice. After 30-35 years, you will feel a huge void in your this thing. So I kind of stopped dancing between 25 to almost 30-34 years. For 7-8 years, I stopped dancing. I was working. I was the CEO of the largest firm in Chennai. Then only I realized I stopped dancing. And the last 4-5 years, whenever I get a chance, I go back and dance. But then age happens, right? I become very slow. So I miss dancing in those 8 years. I don't regret anything else. So if you have a passion, don't let the 5 years of VR kill that. Whatever it might be. You might be a traveler, you might be a bike rider, you might love trekking, you might, sing, dance. Ennalam passion irukko, apart from curriculum, apart from academics, don't let it, go. That's one important advice I would like to give you. Create good relationships. Create lot of friends, classmates, seniors, opposite genders, other colleges, other departments, faculty members. All these people are important. Okay, a college life is all about creating good relationships. When you look back after 20 years, I just remember all the friends that I made, all the other college friends, all the seniors I've made. And idhula one advantage irukku. I'm 37 now. So all the friends from other departments, my school friends, my college friends that I made during the BR course, they are all most of them are my clients now. Because I spoke to them now, good. I created friendship back then 20 வருஷம். I didn't create friendship for projects. அப்ப அதெல்லாம் தெரியாது. But now when they want to do any project, when they want to do a house or office or restaurant, they remember me and they are connected in Facebook, LinkedIn எல்லாம் இருக்கிறதுனால they come back to me because they know I'm an architect. Okay, so creating good relationship is one for the memory, and the other thing, it actually helps your profession. Okay, your network is your net worth. Probably school students won't understand what I'm saying, but create relationships, create good this thing. And the next advice is take roles and responsibilities. ஏதாவது சொன்னாங்கன்னா கிளாஸ்ல ஏதாவது பண்ணணும்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா கை தூக்கிட்டு I will get it done. Be the first one to put your hands up. Okay, you will need once you finish degree. நான் ஏன் சொல்றேன்னா once you finish degree, you have to start practicing as an architect. When you start practicing as an architect, apart from design skills, you will need good communication. You will need leadership skills. You will need to hire people. You will need to be project team irukna. You will be the one leading the team of engineers, consultants, contractors. So leadership is important. You need to know good team management. யாருக்கு என்ன ஸ்கில் இருக்கு, யாருக்கிட்ட எப்படி பேசினா எப்படி வேலை பார்ப்பாங்க, அவங்களை எப்படி மோட்டிவேட் பண்றது, அதுக்கு டீம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். நெகோசியேஷன். You have to negotiate for time, you have to negotiate for money. And then crisis management. ஏதாவது ஒன்று பிளான் பண்ணும்போது எப்பயுமே பிளான் பண்ண மாதிரி நடக்காது, சொதப்பிக்கும் இல்லையா? So you will need to be a good crisis manager. In real life, எல்லா ப்ராஜெக்ட்லயும் there will be one problem or the other. You need to have a calm head and you need to know how to solve those things. Now, all these things you have an opportunity to learn back in college. But adukku you have to put up your hand and do. Hostel edavadhu responsibility edukku sonnanga edunga. College la edavadhu faculty solranga illa seniors solranga symposium pannanum illa oru seminar conduct pannum vella irundhu guest speaker kondu varanum workshop pannanum tour arrange pannum case study ku trip ku hotels and travel arrange pannum eduva irundhalum put your hands up and take roles and responsibilities. This will make you a good leader. And I've done that. I used to be the department secretary at my final year. So I've done a lot of events, activities. All that knowledge will help when you're running a firm practice. Never lose focus. Okay. எவ்வளோ நல்லா மோட்டிவேஷனலாக சொன்னாலும் பிஆர் டிகிரி இஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் டஃப். 10 செமிஸ்டர்லையே லைஃப்பில் நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நடக்கும். பர்சனலாக, ஃபினான்ஷியலாக, யுவர் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்ஸ், யூ மைட் ஃபால் இன் லவ், யூ மைட் ஹேவ் பிரேக்அப்ஸ், இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய நடக்கும். பட் டோன்ட் லூஸ் ஃபோக்கஸ். நம்மளோட வேலை வந்து சேர்ந்ததுக்கு அந்த பிஆர் டிகிரியை வாங்கி கவுன்சில் ஆஃப் ஆர்கிடெக்சர்ல வி நீட் டு ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆஸ் அன் ஆர்கிடெக்ட். ஓகே, கெட் த டைட்டில் ஏஆர். இப்போ சொல்லும் போது ஆர்கிடெக்ட் எஸ்எஸ்ஆர்னு சொல்றாங்கல்ல, அதை கேட்கும் போதே ஐ ஃபீல் ப்ரவுட். I take a lot of pride because it didn't come to me by luck. It didn't come because of my birth. It's not like language or religion or something that is tagged to you. இதெல்லாம் கஷ்டப்பட்டு படிச்சு வாங்கின டிகிரி, and that title has lot of value and it has a pride attached to it. I'm saying things might be tough, but they are not impossible. Never lose the track. அந்த விஜய் படத்தை சொல்ற மாதிரி டிகிரி முக்கியம். ஓகே, டிகிரி முக்கியம். பிகில் always don't lose focus, because I've seen my own classmates, my own seniors, for various reasons they kind of drop out. Arrear வைப்பாங்க, break எடுப்பாங்க, architecture discontinue பண்ணிட்டு வேற ஏதாவது போவாங்க. If I'm not wrong, COA is also coming up with a setup of third year life. You want, you can discontinue. அதெல்லாம் பண்ணாதீங்க. Your focus should be completing all the 5 years, getting the title AR, architect, before your name, and that is the most important thing you guys have to focus. So focus and have a long term vision. நடுப்புற என்ன tough situation வந்தாலும் you can always handle it. There will be your faculty, your seniors, உங்க family members, they'll help you out. Always reach out for help when the going gets tough. Even உங்க classmates யாராவது கொஞ்சம் deviate ஆகுறாங்க, sir was mentioning about few things like deviate ஆகுறாங்க youngsters, அந்த மாதிரிலாம் ஏதாவது இருந்தா don't deviate. You can have fun, you can have all of this thing. End of the day, to lead a good life, you need that degree and get it come what may. Okay, and then travel. Apart from college trips, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி there will be case studies, there will be all India tours, there will be NASA, everything. That is part of the college thing. Apart from that, you have to travel on your own a lot. The reason why I am saying is, once you finish your student life, you enter the career, you start working somewhere, you won't get leave to travel. And once you start practice, you will work 24/7. Travel பண்றதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப tough. In the last 2 years, I've never done a travel with my family. I'm going for a 4-day trip after 2 years next week. Okay, because there are so many projects, so many time management issues, you will not find time to travel. Student life la you can actually travel, semester breaks, weekends, travel a lot more than the academic things. தனியாவும் போய் பண்ணு, you have to travel. The next thing is, put yourself in the oven. Undergo conscious struggle by stepping out of your comfort zone. எனக்கு அது வராது, அதை நான் ட்ரையே பண்ணாம விடாதீங்க. Okay, you have to put consciously, you have to put yourself in tough situations consciously. இது எதுக்குன்னா, you might have seen people in gym, right? அவங்க வெயிட்டை விட பயங்கரமா வெயிட் தூக்குவாங்க, ரொம்ப நேரம் ஓடுவாங்க. ஓகே, the reason is, ரொம்ப டஃப்பான விஷயத்தை பண்ணனா ஈஸியான விஷயம் you will be able to handle very easily when you are in a normal situation. I'm just trying to give you an example. So if you are not good in speaking, okay, go ahead and start speaking. You will learn it. If you're not good in sketching, go ahead and start sketching. You will learn it. If you're not good in organizing things, go ahead and organize. There's nothing, nothing will go wrong. What does not kill you will only make you better. என்னெல்லாம் opportunity கிடைக்குதோ, go ahead and try and do it. Okay, and don't limit yourself. Just step outside. எனக்கு இவ்வளவுதான் வரும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு don't limit yourself. Trust me, college lifeல experiment பண்றது ரொம்ப easy. When you step out, there was no scope for experimentation. And then focus on learning. Learn from everyone, not just from the textbook. Learn from your seniors. Architecture, your seniors will teach way more stuff than other degrees. Seniors கிட்ட இருந்து you will learn a lot. Okay, work for seniors. If அவங்களோட design sheets, அவங்களோட thesis sheets க்கு work, you will learn a lot. And juniors க்கு சொல்லி கொடுங்க. When one teaches, 2 people learn. நீங்க சொல்லி கொடுக்க you learn a lot. And site visit பண்ணுங்க. Wherever possible, go visit sites. You learn from masons, engineers, painters, and attend all the competition symposiums outside your college as well. Learn, focus on the learning. Then organize. Apart from academics, contribute to the society. I remember in my final year for a batch day, which is August 7th, all our classmates, we collected money and we didn't go for a movie, we didn't go for lunch and all. We went to a spastic society. Spastic na in Madurai, Alagar Koil, people who are mentally disabled. So there's a home. We went there, we spent a day. Okay. And we've done a lot of social work. We've done a lot of, street cleaning, street measurements in Madurai. All these things, help you evolve as a person better. And adhalam college la dhaan panna mudiyum, and there's a lot of fun behind it. And focus on your strength. Always focus on your strength. Everybody will have a strength. Everybody will have a weakness. Focus on your strength. Namak enna varadho adha understand pannunga. Just bare minimum avadhu adha idu pannanum. If I'm not good in sketching, okay, but I know how to draw straight lines. I can't do artistic views, but as an architect, I know how to draw straight lines. So quicker as sketch pannum, plan pannum, view pannum, I will do. My strengths are different. I'm very good in communication. I can strategize well. I think, long term. All those are my strengths. I focus on my strength, but I understand my weakness as well. So that is something that you have to do. Always be unique. Come up with new design every time. Design வந்து copy அடிக்காதீங்க. You can get inspired. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு building இருக்கலாம். அதே மாதிரி நம்மளும் பண்ணலாம். அப்படியே copy அடிக்கக்கூடாது. Music directors get rolled for copying design, right? The same way architects will get rolled if you copy design. But having said that, I used to follow this slogan at college. சுட்டு போட்டாலும் design வராட்டி design சுட்டு போடலாம். தப்பே கிடையாது. But மாட்டிக்காம இருக்கும். So you have to improvise, and if you are inspiring, you have to adapt to your design problem and ensure that you're giving a proper solution. So you can always look out for inspiration. அதுதான் வந்து we say lot of travel பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. Fine. Then specialize. Start figuring out to specialization. Architecture குள்ள நிறைய இருக்கு. இப்போ எப்படி டாக்டர் இருக்காங்கன்னா ஐ ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட், ஸ்கின் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட், heart specialist அந்த மாதிரி இருப்பாங்களோ, ஆர்கிடெக்சருக்குள்ள there are a lot of streams. I don't want to list it because you won't understand because you are not architects. Second year la irundhe start figuring out. There are a lot of things: urban design, landscaping, sustainable design, natural buildings, project management. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 50 டைப் இருக்கு. You start figuring out what is your focus on. I'm not asking you to do masters, but figure out architecture kulla what you like அப்படின்றது. As I told, never keep your arrears. It's like thorn in the leg. கால்ல குத்துன முள்ளு மாதிரி. Okay. Even if you have an arrear, clear it immediately. There's nothing cool about having arrears. I'm telling you, I know a lot of people who miss a lot of opportunities because of arrears. Okay, never keep it. And they're speed breakers. They'll stop your progress. And focus on sketching. When I say sketching, artistic portrait வரையிறது பயங்கரமா இல்ல. Architectural sketching. Remember I told I just know to draw straight lines, perspectives. Quick ஒரு client இருக்காங்கன்னா பேசிக்கிட்டே வந்து we'll show what is in our mind. Hone your sketching skills. Softwares நிறைய இருக்கு, but the problem with softwares is they keep updating every few years. Now AI has come, most of the softwares will become obsolete, but the sketching is your permanent asset. Even with softwares, I know people who are good in sketching earning a lot because of their sketching skills. In college, focus on your sketching, nothing less. And then create a lot of memories. Okay, create a lot of memories so that maybe 20 years down the line you can also go to another college and give a lecture like this from your memory. Okay. The last part is what happens after the 5 years. Correct. So we broke the myth. Good things we saw. We also saw the tougher things which I felt they are tougher. And what should we do during the 5 years? I gave a long list of advices. I don't know how many of you noticed. 5 வருஷம் முடிச்ச அப்புறம் என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, will the journey become easy? It would become more tougher. Okay, it will become more tougher once you step out of college. So college la evlo fun irukka mudiyumo, evlo learning travel la panna mudiyumo pannikonga, but you will get used to it. 50 வயசு வரைக்கும் கஷ்டமா இருக்கும், அதுக்கு அப்புறம் கேட்டோனே அதுவே பழகிடுவாங்க அந்த மாதிரி. But you will be in a much better place to handle problems or this thing. Okay, you will know to handle things yourself much better with more confidence. That's it. Okay, problems won't go away. Problems will always be there, but you will have that thing in you to handle them better. Career prospects. So படிச்சு முடிச்சா obviously எதுக்கு இவ்வளவு காசு கொடுத்து இவ்வளவு 5 வருஷம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணி படிக்கிறோம்னா, that's a long list. நான் ரொம்ப டீடைல்டா போக விரும்பல. Again, you are not architects for me to explain everything. I'm treating you as school students who are just stepping into architecture. You can start your own practice. எப்படி ஒரு டாக்டர் வந்து ஓன் கிளினிக் வைக்கிறாங்க, ஒரு லாயர் வந்து ஓன் practice வைக்கிறாங்களோ, architects can have their own practice. Most of the architects' ultimate dream is to have their own practice. I have my own practice. I have a team of 20 people and we design buildings in Chennai, almost in the, even in Coimbatore, we are doing a medical college cum hospital. We are doing a furniture showroom. We are doing a residence. but most of my projects are in Chennai only. You can have your own practice. Okay. You can work in large firms. I worked at the L&D. Okay. And the mari naraya MNCs irukanga, JLL, CBRE and the mari. You can work in MNCs. You can go abroad and work also. You can also take research and academics as your career. Like your esteemed faculty here, they do a lot of research. They've dedicated their their career in teaching or making good architects. You can also do that. And now you can specialize in one particular stream of architecture, like doctors. You can call yourself, I am a specialist in designing small spaces. Tough sites I will do exceptional design. Okay, that's my focus area. And I do environmental design. I have a master's in environmental design from Nottingham, right? So in the building design, I'll ensure that there's proper daylighting and ventilation. These are my specialization or focus area. Many clients come to me purely because of this. And architecture தான் பண்ணனும் கூட கிடையாது. ஒருவேளை interest இல்ல, you have some other passion அப்படினா, you can go to allied fields. I know a lot of architects who went into filmmaking, UI UX design, set design, photography, singers ஆயிருக்காங்க, cinematography. A lot of architects are excelling well in metaverse, gaming இதுல. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு 50 more fields இருக்கு. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு more than 50 allied fields இருக்கு where architects are doing exceptionally good. Famous architects ன்னு சொல்லணும்னா ஐஸ்வர்யா ராய் was an architect. Ratan Tata was an architect. Remo Fernandez was an architect. Genelia's husband, Ritesh Deshmukh, he is an architect. He runs his own practice. So there are quite a few famous architects. Okay. இதெல்லாம் உங்களோட career prospects. Okay. Things not to do after BR. Immediate masters பண்ணுவாங்க. அது பண்ணக்கூடாது. You need to work at least for 2 years, figure out what you like and then do masters. Take a pause in your education. LKG, UKG ல இருந்து 10th, 12th, college, அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் you have a chance to take a breathe and figure out what you want to do. So immediate masters பண்ணாதீங்க. Start your own practice immediately. அதுவும் பண்ணாதீங்க. Get some experience and confidence. Architectural practice is very tough. There is a gap between BR and the degree. அது நீங்க practical training first year to second year of work experience you'll figure out. Then this is most important. Shiny object syndrome னு இருக்கும். ஓகே. யூடியூப்ல இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல ரெண்டு பசங்க இருப்பானுங்க. பைக்ல போயிட்டே இருப்பானுங்க. என்னடா அந்த டீ கடையில அவ்வளவு கூட்டமா இருக்கு, நம்ம டீ கடையில போட்டுடலாமான்னு கேட்பான். ஓ போட்டுடலாம்டா. ஏன்னா அங்க குல்ஃபி கடையில இவ்வளவு கூட்டம் இருக்கு, குல்ஃபி கடை போட்டுடலாமான்னு கேட்பான். போட்டுடலாம். ஒரு நாள் யூடியூப் சேனல் ஆரம்பிச்சு பெரிய இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சர் ஆயிடலாம் அப்படின்னு தோணும். இந்த மாதிரி மூவி எடுக்கலாம்னு தோணும். என்ன வேணாலும் பண்ணணும்னு தோணும். ஓகே, திஸ் இஸ் கால்ட் ஷைனி ஆப்ஜெக்ட் சிண்ட்ரோம். எதெல்லாம் பார்க்குறோமோ பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருப்போம். There is nothing wrong in figuring out another career, but அதுல பேஷனோ அதுல எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸோ இல்லாம any profession, any career change you do will not work out. Okay, you need to have passion, you need to have expertise to excel in something. Fortunately, in architecture, most of you will get that passion and you will have good experience. So it's very easy to practice as an architect after BR. But if you are going ahead and doing some other allied field, be very clear on what you want to do. Okay, moviesல சொல்ற மாதிரி இன்ஜினியரிங் முடிச்சுட்டு நான் போட்டோகிராஃபர் ஆகிறேன், வைல்ட் லைஃப் போட்டோகிராஃபர்னா மூவிஸ்ல ஆக்சுவலா ஈஸியா நடக்கும். இன் ரியல் லைஃப் இட் இஸ் வெரி டஃப். Okay, it's very tough. It's a very competitive world. So be very clear. Don't fall for this shiny object syndrome. நான் முதல்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி focus on getting that BR degree. படிக்கிற வரைக்கும் அது. Okay. Then ethics. You need to have financial ethics and professional ethics. இது உங்களுக்கு சொன்னா புரியாது. But taking commissions under the table, கிளையண்ட்டுக்கு தெரியாம காசு வாங்குறது, இன்னொரு ஆர்கிடெக்டோட ப்ராஜெக்டை பாதியில எடுத்து பண்றது, those are all unethical, which I don't do. I haven't done in the last 16 years. I have not got a single penny without my client's knowledge. Okay. And when you become an architect, you will realize what I am saying. Sir சொன்ன மாதிரி it's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, it's a very, very long journey. As I told, it's a roller coaster ride. Be prepared for it and you'll have a lot of fun. And that's it. That's all I had to say, folks. And thanks once again for the opportunity to Sasi Creative School. Thank you, Rajdeepan sir. Thank you, Architect Maitreyi, for everything. And I hope the session was engaging. You guys can ask questions if you have.
It was a wonderful session indeed. I gained a lot of knowledge.
Good.
It was like walking down the memory lane. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Students, if you guys have any questions, you can ask.
So students, if you guys have any questions for Architect Jessica, you can go ahead and ask. Unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Okay. Hi, sir. I have done my BSc in interior design. Okay. Hi, Varshini. I want to do architecture. Unfortunately, I think you have to start from first year. If you want, if you're passionate, you can do it. There's no lateral entry in architecture, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong.
Yes, but there's no nationality in architecture.
But if you're really passionate, take it. I mean, BSc Interior Design is probably 2 or 3 year course. It's fine. Architecture is a much better degree. If you want to take that, right, go ahead and take it. Can you suggest some college? Sasi's Creative School of Architecture. If you're in Coimbatore, right, you can study there. And by the way, I actually ran a poll. Okay, so in Dehub, I do Dehub, right? So when you search for architect in Instagram, I'll be in the first list. So there was one school student, I don't know if she attended here. I think she's here, yeah. I don't want to name her, but she's here. She pinged and she asked about good colleges in Coimbatore. Okay, so she gave her 4 names. I don't know colleges in Coimbatore. One of the colleges was Sasi. And I think there's another college and yours, you guys almost got equal votes. I'm talking about some 200, 250 people voted in my followers of 14,000, 15,000 people. Some 250 had voted, mostly from Coimbatore. So Sasi school is obviously a good school. I'm also saying this because they're trying to do this initiative. I also had alumni, I also had students saying it's a really nice school. So I don't have first-hand information, but I've heard good things about you guys. Study in Sasi.
So my suggestion is that I would suggest you guys to choose a college where they exclusively teach creative studies or exclusively architecture. Because if you study in an engineering college, it will be a department. When it's exclusive, the faculty and the quality of the education will be far better. So that is one suggestion I would like to give you guys.
Yes, this is a very important point. Okay, I've always wondered why CEPT is a college in Ahmedabad, SPA is a college in Delhi, School of Planning and Architecture. They are deemed to be the best schools. So most of the South Indian architecture schools, they are always part of a engineering thing. So the leadership, the thought process is always from an engineering background. So though the department is separate, we have HODs and everything. I find there's a huge shift between the thought process or the schools of thought. A person from SEP, their way of thinking, their school of thought is different, and people coming from engineering colleges are different. So in that sense, if you are particularly a creative school, a design school which has architecture, interior design, or other allied designs, I think it is a good thing. And I'm not saying because you guys invited me, I don't want to do that. But this is something that I've always spoken and I've debated about.
I have a synonym also that I would like to add. I mean, I think the best comparison is, when it comes to hospitals also. If someone wants a heart surgery, I'm sure there are a lot of hospitals which have like a slew of, different types of surgeries. They do heart surgery also. But as a patient, where would you actually pick and choose? Would you go to a heart specialty hospital, or would you go to a general hospital which does heart surgery too? You can go
to specialist people.
Yeah. So what makes a heart specialty hospital special is that since they are focused in that domain, they encounter more advanced cases, and they go through an advanced environment. So I think not that I'm trying to make a sales pitch, but rather the advantage in a creative campus is that you are so focused, you specialize in this domain. So that gives our students a big advantage as well.
Yes.
And especially, I'm sure I think you touched briefly on it. Culture plays an important role for creative studies, and especially for the creative workspace. The traditional mindset doesn't work here. So I think a campus requires that cultural mindset to actually be creative.
So to answer that student, when you're choosing a college, okay, this is the voice note that I gave to the other school student who had asked me. So after giving the voice note, I asked her to list down the things. I'll come back to the list on how to choose the college. Before that, we are in the evolving AI era. Tarun has asked this question, but what is the scope for architects in future with AI? See, AI will not replace architects, but an architect using AI will replace an architect who doesn't use AI. Technology is going to get advanced every year, every day. Okay, we have to adapt and adopt to technology. To to tell you, in simpler terms, 40 years back, there was no CAD drawing. There was no software to do drawing. So people used to sit and manually draft. Architecture offices were like huge factories. The VIP tool huge factory because you needed large drawing boards. Okay. When AutoCAD came, actually some of them adapted to it. Some of them were like AutoCAD. But it increased the speed. Okay, it increased the revisions. It improved the way we handle revision. So there are a lot of advantages. So AI you need to understand how do I use it for my profession. Okay, that's all you do. I use ChatGPT. In fact, in the course, I use ChatGPT. I wrote down all the points that I have to say. For certain things, I use ChatGPT to give me pointers so that I don't miss out. Okay. There are a lot of things that architects can use. So architecture is a very perennial thing. It's been there for thousands of years. A space has to be designed, an environment has to be designed, and only humans can understand what kind of human experience or user experience we can give to humans. The machine can never do that. Okay, but you have to adapt to AI. That's all. So AI won't. A machine can't replace architecture. As simple as that. Then why architecture fee are more compared to other courses, especially me as a middle class student? Okay, the course fee is decided based on the expenses every institution has. The rent of the real estate, or if they own it, the faculty fee, all the all the faculty who are going to teach you will have PhDs, masters, and they have immense knowledge. They have to be remunerated. You need to have facilities like library, material lab, large studios. Engineering, arts college, you have small classrooms. In architecture, you need to have large studios. So the spaces are very big, right? So obviously it will be there. And then to get you have to renew your license with the Council of Architecture every year. Students coming or not joining, doesn't matter. Every college has to pay a certain amount to Council of Architecture to get there, to have that authority to run architecture course. So I think there are a lot of architecture schools, and for the inflation and for everything that is happening, I think it is justified, because if there are 10 schools, one school can't charge 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs, and all the others charge 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh. I don't know what the fees is in general, but I'm just giving a number. So it's a free market. So nariya fees which students varamatanga, but the institutions have to take a balance on how to do it. That's one reason. And architecture is one expensive course. There's a lot of traveling, there's a lot of printouts to be made. In school fees, there's a lot of printout to be made as well. You do prepare your funds properly. Since you're saying you're a middle class person, it's my responsibility to answer you. There'll be a lot of travel expenses, printout expenses. My mom used to say, உன் ஃபீஸ் காலேஜ் கட்டினதுல விட நீ இந்த டிராவலுக்கு பிரிண்ட் அவுட்டுக்கு தானே என்கிட்ட நிறைய வாங்கினேன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ இட் இஸ் அன் எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் கோர்ஸ். ஏரோநாட்டிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் இஸ் அன் எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் கோர்ஸ். அது மெடிசன் இஸ் அ வே டு எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் கோர்ஸ். அதுக்கடுத்து ஐ திங்க் ஆர்கிடெக்சர் இஸ் ஆல்சோ அன் எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ் கோர்ஸ் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் ஆல் த டூல்ஸ், சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ், ஹார்ட்வேர்ஸ், the real estate, the space and everything. And I think it is justified for whatever the institutions charge. I said so many say placements are important. Join the college which provides it right after 5 years. Do you think it really matters? Should I take into consideration? See, when you can own something, why would you go and when you own a house, why would you want to go and rent a house? You can start your own practice if you're an architect. இது ஒரு 3-4 ப்ரொஃபஷன்ஸ்ல பண்ணலாம். ஆர்கிடெக்சர், மெடிசன், லா, சார்ட் அக்கௌண்டன்சி. சாஃப்ட்வேர்ல பண்ணலாம், பட் இட்ஸ் a very long game. Not many become startup founders. So when you can do that, don't worry about placement. Placements எல்லாம் ரொம்ப பழைய old engineers they don't worry about placements anymore, if I'm not wrong. So don't worry about placements. Focus on getting the knowledge, getting the degree. By the time 5 years நீ முடிக்கும்போது things would have changed drastically. Things keep changing every 2-3 years, right? So focus on getting that. Don't worry about placements and all. Don't jump the gun. அது எப்பயோ நடக்க போகுது. And I came Sasi last week. It has a mind-blowing infra and feels like a home too. Good. I haven't been to Sasi school. Hope to visit you guys one day. Fine, guys. Any other questions?
Looking forward to having your school. So everyone else, we'll give you 10 more minutes time. Y'all can ask questions if you wish. Sir is here to answer your questions.
Okay, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Ar.SSR. Architect, the full name will be there, ARCHITECT SSR. And you learn a lot about architecture because I make a lot of reels and videos helping other architects. So you will benefit a lot if you follow me.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful session. It's inviting you also to come to Coimbatore. We would love to have you over. And I think you covered like all the different aspects from A to Z in a very, very interesting manner. Thank you again, and much appreciate all the efforts you're making towards building a good and a healthy architecture community.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Architect Maitri.
And thank you everyone for attending the session. I hope you guys gain knowledge about architecture and everything that I talked about. So yeah, it was a good session. Thank you everyone. Thank you, sir, for your knowledge sharing.
Thank you.
So I
Okay.
think we can end this session now.
So we'll wind up the session. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Thank you guys. All the best. And do get in touch if you need more. Got a great idea about architecture. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback, guys. Feels good. Oh, someone has asked a question. Good evening, sir. Can I do an additional course while doing architecture? Architecture படிக்கிறதே ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். You won't have time. Focus on getting architecture. You can do other courses, software courses, workshops, allied அதெல்லாம் semester breaks la பண்ணலாம். But doing architecture, completing architecture itself is a huge task. It will take away a lot of energy and time. So don't try other. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Darshan. Thank you. Fine. Fine, guys. So I think I am the host because I was sharing. I'll close the session now. All of you have an awesome career. Study PR, study anything you want, study wherever you want. Reach out if you need any help. Good night, guys. Good evening. See you.